everyone. Hi. 1, 2, sound check. 1, 2, sound check.
Folie rein.
One, two, sound check. 1, 2. Yes. Hello, welcome everyone. Yes. So we had some technical small problems, but finally we solved everything. Hello, welcome to our frame drum day. It will be a long day today, starting now until late in the night. But of course it depends where you are living, from where you are watching us. And so now here at the moment, actually, I am in Freiburg here with our equipment, with the team here, with Yashar and with Uli. We are in my small, it's really a small studio here under the earth, so it's in the cellar. And outside the sun is shining, beautiful weather, but here, yes, we are having our frame drum day here today for you, together with you, and I hope you will enjoy the day. And so the idea of the day is coming together, you know, maybe Tamburi Mundi is an association we started, I think 16 years ago, the first Frame Drum Festival. And from this first edition till now, we continue. We founded an association, and regularly we are organizing activities, and most of the activities that we organized were live activities. But since the pandemic situation, since last year, we also started activities online, streamings, streaming academies and online academies. Yes, for this reason we want to continue this year now in February, the first online day, frame drum day, and I think in, yes, 8th of March, so it's the day of the women. So we will start our weekly meeting, so 2 months, it will take 2 months every Monday. So for this reason we call it Tamburi Monday, right? So easy. So we can meet again every Monday and talk with different frame drum players all over the world, frame instrument makers, composers, and yes, promoters who make concerts with frame drum players or frame drum music or world music in general. And so you can join us there also. And of course, this is not only talking, listening, talking, listening. So we have many parts in our channel today that also are interactive. So would like to say, take your drum, yes, be ready for drumming. So as I said, we will have some drum sessions, some master classes in between, also some rhythmical trainings. And really you can join if you want. You can join without drum, you can join with clapping. We will do a lot of rhythmic training, also with voice and clapping, with stepping, and also with singing a lot. And I hope you will enjoy it. And I will introduce all the other guests today one by one later. I think you also have a program already, so you can read in the schedule what is written. And of course, I don't see you now at the moment, but I think there are some people, I think like 10, maybe more, 20. I asked my colleagues here, like
52.
52 people, wow, okay. So 52, that means 2 people are from our team, right? So 50 people. Hi, welcome to Frame Drum Day today. And yes, you can use the chat, of course, and we are in contact. You can ask questions if you have remarks or even ideas, suggestions that you have. And maybe you have some ideas, some YouTube links, some other things that you know from internet. So really use this possibility here. We will do all the lessons, all the classes, all the talks in English. So my mother language is not English, it's German and Turkish. But I try my best so that you can understand me. And also our guests, they are, I think only Glenn later, he's English native speaker, American English. But all of us, all the others are non-native speakers, I mean non-native English speakers. But I think we will manage somehow, and yes, so you can also help us in any case, right? If you don't understand something or if you have some problems. So, okay, so we can start a little with a warm-up, right? If you want, as I said, you can join us. Okay, also you here in the team, you can join us. So I like a lot odd rhythms. These are rhythms, they are coming especially from Eastern Europe, Southeastern Europe, from Turkey. They are very popular there. So I grew up with these rhythms. I also went to dancing classes when I was young in school. So we danced folk dances, and so I enjoyed this rhythm, and still I like it. And so we can start with the 7/8, right? And we can start with the syllables do me ta ta ke, do me ta ke, right? Do me ta ke di, 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 dum 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 ta ke di, dumme tackedi, 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 tacchedi, dumme, dumme, 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 tacchedi, 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 dumme, dumme, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 tacchedi, dumme, dumme, 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 tacchedi, 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 dum, dum, ta, ta, dum, dum, ta, ta, dum, dum, ta, ta, dum, dum, ta, ta, dumme, dumme, ta, ta, dumme, dumme, ta, ta, dumme, dumme, ta, ta, dumme, dumme, ta, 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 dum, and ta, ta, dumme, dumme, ta, ta, dumme, dumme, ta, ta, dumme, dumme, ta, ta, dumme, dumme, tacchedi, tacchedi, dumme, dumme, tacchedi, dum. Okay, so I think you get a little warm now. Okay, so if you want, of course, you can also stand up and use your feet, right? It's into the right, left, and right, left, and dumme, dumme, tacchedi, 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 dum, dum, tacchedi, dumme, dumme, 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 tacchedi, dumme, dumme. This is very difficult, this is very difficult, this is very difficult, this is very difficult, difficult, this is very difficult, this is very difficult, this is very difficult, this is very difficult, difficult, this is very difficult, this is very difficult, this is very difficult, this is very difficult, difficult, this is very difficult, this is very difficult, this is very difficult, this is very difficult, difficult, this. Right, so you can also improvise and find out own sentences. The sentence always is in 7, right? And the words are, the syllables are 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Like this is very, and difficult is a word in 3. So you can create your own sentence and make your own exercises if you want. Use your creativity, and I think it's also very funny if you have funny sentences. And yeah, so that is one warm-up. You can do also a rhythmical exercise, and you can play on the drum, of course. So dumme dumme tacchedi, this is dumme dumme tacchedi, dumme dumme tacchedi, dumme dumme tacchedi. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 double. Do me take di, 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 do me tac, and do me take di, do me take di, do me take di, dum take di, do me 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 and do me take di, 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 dum ta dum ta dum ta dum double time. Do me take di, 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 dum. Right, so you can make some variations as we did before. For example, to double the take-di, that means do me take-di, take-di, do me take-di, take-di, do me take-di, take-di, do me take-di, take-di. Do me take-di, so this is the regular. Di, do me take-di, and now we double and do me take-di, take-di, do me take-di, take-di, do me take-di. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dumme, take-di, dumme, take-di, dumme, take-di, dumme, and double dumme, take-di, dumme, take-di, 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 take-di, dum. Right, so it depends how fast you can play, and also it's a good training for the voice, right? So if you have problems with the drumming, you can only use the voice and only speak dumme, takedi, dumme, takedi, 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 takedi. And try to speed up. Takedi, 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 dum. Takedi, 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 dum. Takedi, 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 dum. Takedi, 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 dum. Takedi, 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 dum. Takedi, 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 dum. Takedi, dum, takedi, takedi, dum, takedi, 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 dum. Takedi, 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 dum. Right? So it's a very, very important exercise. I mean, it's very simple, just repeating the same syllables, right? Dume, takedi, dume, takedi. So maybe for some of you, it's like kind of boring. Say, oh, I want to drum, not speak a lot. But from my experience, this is the best preparation, let me say, for drumming, right? So before you drum, to make rhythmical exercises with voice, with clapping, with movements. And I think this is something that maybe you already know and you already practice, but I just wanted to remember again to these exercises. And yes, you can use, as I said, these syllables because these are exactly the same groupings like the rhythm, or you can use your own words or your own sentences. And also you can, instead of ta, ke, di, because ta is the accented, ke, di are non-accented strokes, like, right, accent, weak, weak. And you can do tatake, 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 tatake. That means right, right, left, right, left. Tatake, 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 tatake. So you can prepare these different fingerings, these different groupings, and play in advance before you play the whole 7. Also, you can use the doublings here. Ta-ta, ta-ta, tatake, 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 right? Tatake, 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 ta-ta, 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 ta-ta. So you can really, just with only one tatake, you can explore the whole world. Oh, ho, ho. Joking. So really you can build on this tatake, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can build one piece, right? Like. So you can start with a simple tatake, tatake, and explore the whole surface of the drum, the whole sounds that your drum can give you, going to the dark sounds, going back to the high sounds, the dynamics, using only 1, 2, right, right, left, right, right, left, and also with a pa. And then you can use accents with the left finger, right, instead of ghost note. Then you can use the rim. So that is a kind of, kind of meditation also. You can use it between exercises, and then you can come back to your 7, right, you remember. So we finish now the 7, and we make the variation with tatake. That means dumme, dumme, tatake, dumme, dumme, tatake, dumme, dumme, tatake, dumme, dumme, tatake. Okay? Dumme, dumme, tatake, dumme, dumme, tatake, dumme, dumme, tatake, from the Black Sea coast, a very, very popular song. And so that can be the next step, really using the drum and then singing along. This is what I do with all rhythms. I always sing something on it. Either it's a traditional song or it's something that it's a fantasy song, a melody that comes from somewhere. So use your voice and really sing along the drum. That this makes, first, it makes fun, and second, it's a good coordination, good exercise, and also for the feeling, it will help you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed our small introduction, and I'm happy that we can continue our program now with Tamara McCall. I hope she's here.
Ah, hi.
Hi, Tamara.
So I was just wondering if everything is okay with my link, but yes, here I
Hello,
am.
hello. Unfortunately, I cannot hear you,
Oh,
but we will solve the
Bana
problem.
geliyor.
Okay, but we will solve the problem. I think
okay,
it's
okay.
our problem here. Allah Allah, ne oldu şimdi?
O box açık.
Açık.
Açık, okey. Ben duyuyorum yani. Konuşmuyoruz zaten.
So, sen konuş. Hello? Hello, Tamara.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a problem with a loudspeaker here. It was off.
Oh, but when it can be solved so quickly.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. And one moment. Yeah, okay. Yes, thank you that you have time today on this beautiful day, outside sunshine, but also inside you have a lot of sunshine, I know.
But you are talking from the south of Germany. In the north of Germany, there is not so much sun outside. So
Ah, really?
yes,
Oh, I'm sorry. You're jealous a little bit now, I think.
yes, yes.
Yes, because for all of you in our channel who are not from Germany or who are not very familiar with German geographic, so Freiburg is in southwest of Germany, and Tamara, you're coming from Osnabrück, so it's more or less in the middle or even half north. I don't know, like in this region.
When you come from the south, like me, so you think it's really northern weather and style here. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
up to north, close to Bremen.
Yeah. Hmm. But it's a nice city. I was there once, and we met there also. And because you are a professor there at the Musikhochschule Osnabrück, right?
Yes, it's the University of Applied Science, and we have an institute for music there in the university.
Nice. And I know that you are teaching many, many years. Can you talk a little bit what exactly you're teaching or what your students learn from you? So when I'm a student, I apply to the university and I say, yeah, Tamara, I want to study with you.
Yes, I'm there in the, we call it elemental music pedagogy because it's not so easy to explain what different kinds of classes we have. We have percussion, we have dance, we have singing, we have everyone plays an instrument, and of course everyone can teach this instrument or voice singing, and also they have the ability to teach in like elemental music classes where we yeah, for all ages, for the young children, but also for people with much life experience.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I could also study there, or I have too much life experience.
probably you have too much music experience.
Okay, okay. Okay, this is also important, of course. Well, yes, I would like to talk a little bit more, but maybe one idea, just one suggestion. If we could do something practical, little bit that you can show us some.
I
Yes,
really like that because talking about pulse is just not possible before come into some pulse, I think. Do you probably have this little bird dancing we could show also?
yes, the bird dancing. I think Yashar can show us the YouTube video of the kakadu. You mean?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, we will just we will show in the YouTube, and yeah, so it will take several
Oh,
seconds.
I can do just the practical thing before.
Oh yes, you can do the practical thing before.
Yes, so this is better.
Okay.
So let me check. So, of course, everyone can join in. You can watch, but I would love if you join in. And yeah, can you see me? Yes. So, well, I brought with me some music. Can listen to the music and dance a little bit. Just come into pulse and yes. So. Murat, when you cannot understand me while I'm the music, now I put on the music, and when you don't understand me, please tell me.
Yes, we will tell you. I will just make my camera off, but I'm here and I'm dancing with you.
This, I hope so. So, can you understand? Is it okay? Yeah, okay. So,
Perfect.
okay, just have a little warm up and finding some bouncing, probably with your knees or your shoulders. And just, yeah, have a nice time. Probably you want to bounce yourself in this quarter pulse. Just give yourself a little warm up. Ah, your legs, the whole body. Probably you want to shake yourself a little bit, or jump, or run. So, and now you can listen to this rattle, and you can imagine there's a big rattle. You're shaking, you're almost an African dance. Now you can see it's the whole body shaking. Whew. So this is very nice pulsation. And now we can go into these double steps. I like this very much from the African dance. You have right, chop, chop, what. And now, this is a very fast pulsation. You can say it's the quarter pulse. Yeah, you can swing your arms. Just like walk around a little bit. And if you have your drum beside you, you just can take your drum. So you can imagine it's like carrying a little bag with us. Just walk around a little bit. Greeting someone. Hey. So when I imagine the sun is shining, could be my head. So even in the north of Germany. Okay, so now imagine we just reach some farm, like some farmer's place, and they say, well, can you help me a little bit? Of course, I want to do that, and yeah, just there comes some other music in the same pulse. Oh yes. So just stay in these steps. Take it very elastic, very easy, so that you can do it just for hours. And okay, we help and we pull some bucket of water like that, for example. Hui, chuck, chuck. Now we have the half pulsation in our arms. Oh yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Now we have some other things to do. Probably mash some corn, like that, for example. Wah, chuck. This is a little bit. Yes. Not so easy. Chuck. Wah, chuck, chuck. Okay, and now we pull again the water. Chuck, chuck, chuck. And the corn. Chuck. So we have already a little dance. The water. The corn. And one more time. Chuck, chuck, chuck. And the corn. Chuck, chuck, chuck. Okay. You say, oh, well, I'm not so trained in farmer's work. Goodbye. And we walk again. And so nice weather. So take the drum as your head. Oh, over there, some little celebration, some party going on. Nice. So just join in and just dance a little bit. Oh yeah, probably we could play a little bit pulse. Or some rhythms. Yeah, just don't think, just look what happens. Just imagine there's a little, a big party going on and you're dancing with some other people. You can say, hey, nice to see you. Wow. Oh, look, who else is around me? Oh, I don't want to see this person. Ah, just hide away. Okay. So just have a little fun if you join my dancing and playing. And then just put the drum beside you and shake a little bit. Come again in this walking. And swaying with your arms. Just really feel the pulse in your arms, your whole body. And just make it smaller now. Just take your time and make the movement smaller while, yeah, the music is already gone. So just take a little bit of time just to feel probably your own pulsation. Probably want to feel the beats. You can check if it's synchronized to this beat of the dance and the music. It actually synchronized. Yes, and then finally just take a seat.
Siz de alkış.
I wished I could have seen the other people and you dancing with me, but
Yes, we were dancing here, the whole crew. With all our drums here. Wow.
but this is false.
This is false, yes. A very good explanation, a very good introduction, I think. Thank you, Tamara. So this is what you do with your students also?
I yeah, I really try to let them feel different themes, musical themes, before I talk about, and then go too deep into theory. First, you have to experience or feel something, I think, and it doesn't matter if these are my students or little children or grown-ups with no musical experience, for example. I just love this way. Probably it's like I am.
Yes, it's very, let me say, authentic, right?
Yes, and I'm very thankful for my first teachers in African percussion and African music, because they didn't make a border between music and dance. It Yeah, we did dance, we did play the drums, and in the African music, I think there is these straight rhythms, and you can really feel very strongly this beat, and I love the way of bouncing, having these bouncing steps, and how it really goes through the whole body. So you say all the time yes. when you
Yes.
Yeah, just I really try to warm up the whole body before sitting down and playing an instrument, and probably therefore I love the frame drum so much, because I can take it with me. It even can be a hat for the sun shining here.
And even when it rains also, it
Yeah.
can be an umbrella.
And just feel this pulse. Do you want to have another I can show you something.
Yes, please, please, yes.
Um, for example, in my groups, when we sit down and they come in, yeah, let me say, it's probably, imagine it would be a children class, and we just sit really at the floor, and we have some stones in our hands, and we sit in a circle, and we just could make a pulsation like this. We have the stone in our hand, and we make tap, tap, pass, clap. So when we pass, the other one grabs the stone and has now a new stone in his hand. It's not easy, because before the new the first step, you really have to grab your stone. It's like when this would be the stone, tap, tap, pass, clap, and tap, tap, pass, clap, and tap. And so you have, you can see in your upper body swaying. So everyone can really join in. At first, probably you just do it without stones, because it's not even so easy. And you can start talking like me at the moment, and just try not to lose this pulsation with your upper body, and don't feel stiff somewhere in your body, or don't forget to breathe, and just be very elastic and in a good mood and easy. And yeah, when we call it entrainment, because everyone really likes to synchronize with other people, and so it's very nice way just to do it. And then probably you can sing something like a little African song. Sansa kroma ni nei wo che kokoma. Sansa kroma ni nei wo che kokoma. Sansa kroma ni nei wo che kokoma. sa sa chroma ni ne wo a j j kokoma sa chroma ni ne wo a j j kokoma. And then you can do it on the drum. Ni ne wo a j j kokoma sa sa chroma ni ne wo a j j kokoma sa sa chroma ni ne wo a j j kokoma sa sa chroma ni ne wo a j j kokoma sa sa chroma ni ne wo a j j kokoma sa sa chroma ni ne wo a j j kokoma sa sa chroma ni ne wo a j j kokoma. So easily to bring everyone in the body, in the pulse, and then sit down and don't lose this good feeling. And so it's called entrainment, because you just have to do it. I love this very much. It's not hard. You just have to give people the opportunity just to repeat it and take it very easily if you're not in time at a moment. It will come, it will come. You just have to repeat. And you, the nice thing with this coordination training, we just make music and dance, and it sounds nice.
Yeah, so repetition is one of the keys, I think, in general, to come in a kind of pulsation, in a common pulsation. Also, in my warm up before, I introduced the rhythm that we spoke. You know, also there the repetition, it was important to really feel it. And also here I realized when I did together with you now, I came in a really kind of, I mean, trance. I was not already in trance, but I think in a maybe small, very small kind of trance. And I can imagine this is a very helpful also for the general feeling, for the pulsation, and so this you can, as you showed, to you play also on frame drums. This is, I think, the interesting point here in our meeting, that you are not only doing rhythmical entrainment or whatever, but you are really, as you are a percussionist also, and you are, by the way, you are a great piano player, a choreography composer. So it's really many things you do at the same time, and so for this reason I think you have so many input, many ideas, so many ways to look on something. So this is what I like on your work. Also when we play together, when we are preparing, for example, our program, we are just thinking of a program in the future also. So your ideas are always coming from as a musician, right? So sometimes you argue or you talk like a musician. Sometimes you talk like a choreographer, like how you want to count from this point to this point, to organize the stage, everything. At the same time, you argue or you talk or you play like a percussionist. So this is really something very connective. You are connecting so different arts or different languages also in somehow, because musicians have a different language than dancers or composers, or, and I think there this kind of people like you are very important to bring things together. Sorry to talk but I want to talk a little bit also about you, but now we can continue with
Thank you very much. It's always so I'm a connector. I like that. Because it's not so easy when people ask, "So what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Okay, where? What am I doing?" So thank you. I will listen to that again and say it like in your words.
a connector is a good word, yes. It's not a conductor, but a connector.
Actually, when I was a little girl, I wanted to be a conductor because I don't know why. I thought they are moving like the music. I loved classical music, and I liked these conductor dancing, and
Yeah,
so now I'm a connector.
connector. This is much more than a conductor. Yeah. Yes, so maybe, yes, you want to see the video. By the way, I think we have a link. We put the link in the chat. So if anyone wants to see the YouTube link, because sometimes if you watch the video here in our stream, so because we will now watch the video in the YouTube, sometimes quality is not so good. So if you want, you can watch it directly. But now we can just present here the video, just that we have a little idea of what you want to explain, right, Tamara?
It can be very short. I mean, repeating the whole time. It's repeating.
Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. Sesi,
Yapma sesini.
sesini de şey etmem lazım.
Okay. Sizi kapatacağım.
If you think this cockatoo is like any other, think again. Meet Snowball, who became an internet sensation in 2007, thanks to this head-bopping and toe-tapping performance. More than a decade later, and he's still having fun. Scientists wanted to know why, so they spent the last 10 years studying his moves.
The key here is that the fact that he's displaying new movements suggests to us that it's not just recycling movement patterns that are due to locomotion or mating, that he's actually using the higher parts of his brain to create new movement patterns in time with music. So this is really something that we find having the hallmarks of dance.
Researchers were struck by Snowball's creativity because he was able to choreograph as many as 14 different moves. So what is
Wow.
So I think, in a way, I looked like little Snowball dancing. But there, even some birds or some animals have this ability to be creative with even with rhythms and choreography, just the person said. But I think very more fundamental is this beat induction, really to feel a beat and to come into this pulsation. And this is everyone can do it. Just everyone needs probably different times, or I think even with professional musicians, sometimes we are like handicapped because we think so much, and sometimes we are frightened that we probably cannot do it in improvisation, or sometimes and we get stiff and we are just thinking and we just lost the connection to the body. And so this is just helps to have the fundament, to put then everything, I mean, put accents on it, put the different rhythms, and have the polyrhythm structure and everything. So everything, melodies, even a choreography, everything just is on this fundament. And when this is not stable, it will just fall apart. And even now just now in these corona times, where musicians and groups have this space between them, so it's not easy to feel the pulse for musicians when they are far away. And yeah, I think it's an interest. It's not just only some theme for elemental music. it's just nice to, yeah, groove once in a while.
Yeah. So I know you like, for example, when you make music or when you play drum, you prefer more standing up and play in an upright position and always in movement, right? So can you explain a little short what is the difference when you sit, but because you could do the same rhythm, and what happens when you go up in upright position?
I mean, it's just really personal because I started to play the piano, and I don't know why it didn't happen that I did learn another instrument. I mean, I like singing, but I'm not a professional singer. But I just really love an instrument I can take with me and dance or, yeah, have these movements with me. So it's really personal thing for me. And even when I teach, I love just to be in the group, in the middle of the group. We do a lot of music and dance improvisation. And with the frame drum, I'm so flexible and I'm really with the people. And when I make my piano improvisation, I'm always at my instrument, looking at them and have to play without looking. And then I go to them, I go back. And, you know, it's just something really... it's almost the feeling like it's my body, and actually, yeah, I don't know. I like, therefore, I'm at the Frame Drum Academy. I like the Frame Drum Academy work very much because we do all these things as well, like have something clapping or singing, and then play the drums, and then try to put the pattern in your steps. So I can make really nice music with some things on my... yeah, we just can do it. Probably it's easier because didn't we talk about odd rhythms?
Yes, yes, we can.
Pulsation, very easy is, for example, with the straight rhythms, like these kind of African pulsation pulse music, and I really like odd rhythms, and it's very interesting that. I think it's very interesting that young children, they have no problems with odd rhythms, or, you know, they just do. They never think of it, and they just do it, and they are, yeah, it's very easy with them to go in a 5/4 beat or 7. Sometimes in Europe, the grown-ups are not so familiar with odd rhythms, and yeah, so I like the frame drum work. Shall we? I don't know if is there time. Should we put a little song in the?
So we have time. We have more than 10 minutes. If you want, you can take your time. Yeah, yeah.
So we could do this Kambula song, and can you share it, or shall I share the? So when everyone can see this little song and can sing with us, and so it's not just only a lecture.
One moment.
Demonstration.
Okay, Tamara. Sorry, we have not the scores here.
I have it here. I mean, we don't have to do it. It's very easy. I think everyone can just sing it with me.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why, but somehow it disappeared. Sorry.
No.
Sing, you can sing.
It's very, very easy, but I can show some nice upright playing and with some steps. So if you have the odd rhythm or melody in the odd rhythm, and it's very slow tempo. At the morning, I listened to Peter Gabriel, Scarborough Hill, and it's very slow, and it's a 7/4 piece, and you feel the pulse. So just I do it here with my little song. It's called Kambula. It's from a colleague, Werner Beidinger. It's just in like fantasy speech. It doesn't mean anything, and it's a very short melody. And if I do this in a very slow tempo, I of course can feel pulse. It's like Kambula weya, Kambula weya, probably like this. Kambula weya, Kambula weya, sorika, tona, zorika, tona, Kambula. So it's just like Kambula weya, Kambula weya, and then it's sorika, tona, zorika, tona, Kambula. Kambula weya, Kambula weya, sorika, tona, zorika, tona, Kambula. Of course, you have here some pulse. You can even dance. Kambula. That's probably a little too fast, but you can structure it like that. Kambula weya, Kambula weya, sorika, tona, sorika, tona, Kambula. So you have here the structure, and you can hear the 5/4. Just do it again. Kambula weya, Kambula weya, sorika, tona, sorika, tona, Kambula. All right. So it's a little bit too fast when I stand up. Kambula weya. Just if I would like to do some fast walking, but I think it's more the half note pulsation, so we could clap, for example. Kambula weya, Kambula weya, sorika, tona, sorika, tona, Kambula. So this feels nice. I think it's more Kambula weya, Kambula weya, sorika, tona, sorika, tona, Kambula. And now to bring this in a body and into upright movement, I think it's really nice to have the groupings and to find in some like dance steps, so that we don't have these fast pulsation, because if we do the half note pulsation, it's not so easy. It's not so easy balanced like the straight rhythm, in the straight rhythm. So we could have like Kambula weya, you know, all this dumme tatake, dumme tatake, Kambula weya, Kambula weya, sorika, tona, zorika, tona, Kambula. So I do it upright because then I am better in it. I feel it better. Kambula weya, Kambula weya, sorika, tona, zorika, tona, Kambula. Kambula weya, Kambula weya, sorika, tona, zorika, tona, Kambula. So now I can give this to my. I go back like this. It's like a little dancing move, like some dance steps. So we could now try to put on it the half note powers, like that. Oh, no. And now we can try to sing. Just put it. Kambula weya, sorikatona, sorikatona, kambula. Kambula weya, sorikatona, sorikatona, kambula. Probably this nicer. Kambula weya, sorikatona, sorikatona, kambula. Oh yeah, I like this. Kambula weya, sorikatona, sorikatona, kambula. Now I can just get my frame drum. Of course I can sing and play Dumet-Attacke or the pulse, but let's just find the melody rhythm on the drum. You hear it? It's like Kambula weya, Kambula weya, sorikatona, sorikatona, Kambula. Oh, I'm sorry. Now, Kambula weya. This is when you want to show something. So, but you get this kind of development of
Yeah.
bringing something in different parts of the body, and then everyone can find something he likes to develop. So
Yeah. And I think is I can say exercise also, but we can also say music. This is music, right? Because you have the dance, you have the rhythm, the pulse, and the voice. So this is complete already. And especially if you do something like this in a group, I like it because some people, they have a better voice, or they can sing better, or they are not ashamed, because some people, they are ashamed in a group, and others, they are stable with dancing, they have a good steps, and the other can drum. So in a group, this is beautiful, because you don't have to do all the parts, right? So you can join and just sing, and if you have the feeling, okay, I want to try the feet, you can stop singing, and I think you can do it very long time. And in this case, so easily you can learn something in a group. I like that way also. Mm-hmm.
So it's very, I can say, inclusive. It's just important that I, as the trainer, are stable in it, and I can do it very good. And then it's it's like a session. I mean, you could just really open it for example, in a circle. Someone can go in there and can put some dance on it, or put some a drum playing on it and concentrate on one thing, or then go back and feel again these dance steps or the pulse. So in a very, like you said, easy way, you can make how can I say, an invitation to groups just to train. And then, of course, when you want to perform it, we would have to choreograph or give it a structure and really improve the level.
Yes, yes. That's the next step to bring. Yes. So maybe we can repeat the different elements. So first element was the melody. Maybe we can start with the melody, right? So maybe just for our visitors here that they can remember again. So the melody was da di da 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 da. Am I right or
Yes,
not?
yes. And then there is this little rhythmical thing which is tricky. Ya da da dee da 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 dee ya dam.
Yes. Da di da di di da da di da di di da 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 dum di dum. Somehow like this, right? So if you want to practice at home, just I I I think that would be good to repeat this song. I think, right? So sing the song and while cooking, while making the dishes or whatever. So this is how I very often learn something.
When you go shopping now, just food shopping, and you have to wait to pay. So there are a lot of
Yes,
when you wait for the bus or when you just walk through the town.
yes. So the next,
Much more easy to stay in the pulse when you walk, uh, uh, when you move, when you're not at the place, when you truly move, it's really easy to be very easy in pulsation.
yes, that's also a good suggestion. And then you have this element of dum, da, 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 da. Combine the voice, the melody with a simple pulse, right? Dum, da, 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 dum, da, da, da. So that can be another element that you can practice, for example.
And the structure, to find the first
Yeah.
thing, and then the groupings and the little dance step, I think.
Yeah, the grouping was 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So these are these different elements, and then you transform in different.
I think it's very easy in the body and in your feet.
Yeah, yeah.
You can even do it like when you have a partner at home.
Oh, yes. So you can start at home if you have someone grab the person.
Or the drum, just only the drum. Look at this. I love the drum therefore so much because you can imagine it's a dance partner and you just like yeah, da, 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 dee, da, 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 dee, da, da, dee, da, dum. So if you have just on your drum, it doesn't matter.
So you're born drummer, dancer, I mean,
Drum dancer.
dancer and singer. Great. Yeah, Tamara, so we could, I think we could start now talking and going deeper in everything because I know these are really some small inputs that you give us, but very, very helpful because they are, as you said, the main base where everything, as you explained, where everything is put on it. And hope, I think we will see maybe also at Tamburi Mundi in summer, maybe, who knows, because we are planning a festival in summer this year again. Hopefully, we at the moment we don't know how it will be. In any case, it will be a kind of hybrid festival, 10 days of online talks, online workshops, interactions like this, but also activities here in Freiburg, in south of Germany, under the sunny sky. But maybe, who knows, if you have time to come and bring us new ideas, new inspirations. And yeah, so I thank you for coming, and yes, so all the best, and we will see later, or maybe you stay here. Okay. There is one question in the chat. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. I think you can just look in the chat, and then you will find the question.
Oh, okay. This little song, I think it's the Kambola song. From where is it? It's just from a colleague. He's called Werner Beidinger, and it's just fantasy, and it's very similar to an Indian song. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you.
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Mhm.
So I guess it's inspired by traditional Indian music, but it's just a fantasy song from Werner Beidinger. So you can ask me if you want. Whoever asked, you can just write me an email, or I can give you the little song, of course. You're welcome.
Okay, so Tamara, it's okay if people, because I think maybe after our meeting, after the channel, or tomorrow, people will write us and they will ask, yeah, can we have a contact to Tamara? Is it okay? So anyone can contact you, right?
You can anyway find myself in the Tamara McCall Osnabrück, so you will find my address at the university, and
Yeah.
of course feel welcome to contact. And
Also in Facebook, I think you have you.
pretty new, but
Oh, this is maybe for some people easier, maybe it's for some people not. Okay, Tamara, thank you, and we see you again, right?
thank you.
Bye bye.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Thank you. We'll meet you.
Organizing these days. Thank you very much. It's great.
Sure. Thank you also. So, well, yes, that was a beautiful. I think you could understand the work of Tamara, her approach to also learn new melodies, new rhythms. Also, her approach to really get in communication with the drum, and because it's very different from others, I think, because, as I said, she's has a concept as a dancer and is combining these ideas to start with drum or to start a new rhythm. And so maybe you are also inspired. I was very inspired also by her work, and so you can really just take your drum, and before starting, really move first, and to understand the body, the feeling, the pulsation, and yeah, it's really something that is more relaxing also, and probably you will also find new things. Okay, so in 5 minutes we have our next guest here, Matthias Haffner, and so maybe I will just show small exercises again with a 5, because Tamara already started with a 5, right? And so that you have just an idea, especially with this grouping: 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You remember the syllables that we had? That was do me ta ta ke, do me ta ta ke, do me ta ta que 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 do me ta que do me ta ta. Right? It's quite simple if you use the syllables. This is do me ta ta que 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 do ta ta que do me ta ta que do me ta ta que. So I have a guest here. This is Yashar.
Hello.
And so we will make a small, very short introduction in this 5. Okay, I will start to sing a song, right? A simple melody, and you can try to sing along with me. So if this is too complicated for you, right? So you can use the simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the more simple way. Or you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And dum me ta ta ke dum me ta ta ke dum me ta ta ke. And I will start the melody, and you just can repeat, right? And lie die 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 Lie, 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 lie. 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 Die, 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 da di da di da di dum, da di da di da di dum, da di da di da di da 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 di dum, da di da di da di da di dum, and 1. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Yashar. So, yes, so we clapped a lot, we speak a lot, sing a lot. And so we will meet in 1 minute with Matthias. So I think Matthias is coming. Hallo, Matthias.
Hallo Murat, hörst du mich schon?
Ja, ich höre dich schon. Ich sehe dich noch nicht, aber ich höre dich.
Also sehen tue ich mich auch noch nicht, aber... Warte.
Ja.
Now you should see me.
Hi, welcome.
Hello, thank you, nice to see you.
Yes. Wow, long time. And happy birthday. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. That's amazing.
Let me just put out the YouTube, otherwise I hear everything double.
Yes, okay.
Because I just... Now it's perfect. Yeah, my birthday had been yesterday actually, but thank you for your wishes.
Yes, of course, you are still birthday. You are still alive.
Luckily.
Yes. And yeah, so I see you are in your studio or in a, where are you now?
It's like you in a... It's not a basement, but it's more or less under the earth. I have a little bit of daylight here, but it's a little soundproof box that I have to practice. It's not very big. It starts there where my computer is and it ends here. So it's not even 3 meters long, but as you can see, it's fine to have a drum set or a percussion set. And also here on this side, I have my little home studio where I can work. So it's perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah, a paradise for a musician, I think.
Yes.
Yes, especially in these days, I think if you have a kind of refugium, right, like this, yes, where you can really be at home, because you know the situation, and if you have these possibilities to work, to have a really space to work, to make noise, let me say, to be loud, to record something, I think this is you can be lucky, I think. Or what do you think?
Yes, I'm very lucky and very happy to have that, because in a way it saved my ass during the pandemic times, because as you know, there were no gigs possible, and but this situation brought some very good aspects also, because actually I was forced to stay at home like all of us. And so I spent a lot of time in the studio here thinking about what I could do, because practicing, it's nice, but also I need a goal to practice, like a gig or something, that I prepare repertoire or something, and that was not there. So I started to record more and more things, and that turned out to be a nice challenge, because you have these programs that you have to get, the software that you have to get the knowledge slowly. And actually this situation made me really, I have a really creative phase to, I'm busy recording my own CD, and I recorded for other people, and I record for my drum groups that I cannot give lessons now in this time. So it was, and still is, it's, yes, I'm very lucky to have that here.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk later about this project. Very interesting thing. But because I forget to introduce you to some people maybe who don't know you, it's possible.
For sure. I'm not that famous, so.
I think it's nowadays people are interested in frame drums or percussion in general. I think you are very active, and so Matthias Haffner, first of all, right? You are living in Germany, coming from Germany, and by the way, we lived in the same city when we were younger, right?
Yes.
So we are kind of family or kind of background, the same roots somehow. And you studied in Rotterdam, right? World music and world percussion and with Afro Cuban focus. And then you live since many years in Berlin and you work. You are not only doing, let me say, only not in a negative way. I mean, this is already a big world, but we're also doing world music, world percussion, and I know that you have so many interesting groups. So you are you opened a lot the last years. So you are educator, also you are a good teacher. I know you have some instructional DVDs and many YouTube tutorials. So people could, as I said, if you don't know Matthias Haffner yet, you can go at least on his Facebook side, on his YouTube side. It's so interesting, so nice. And not only nice music, the quality is very good. Also, by the way, I like it that you really take care on the quality. And also you are a performer, right? And you are a studio musician, and also you build instruments. So this is a fantastic combination. So you build pandeiros and you play also pandeiros. And so this just a short, really short, fast introduction. And as I said, you can contact Matthias after our talk. You can talk with him via Facebook or get in contact. But we would like to shorten a little bit this biography, let me say, because we can talk later, maybe inside our talk. And so today we're talking a little bit about the subject, pulse, groove, rhythm. So maybe we can start. What is your personal approach for groove, or what is your what is fascinating for you?
Yes. Well, a long story also, because as a teenager already, I started to collect percussion instruments because I like the sound, the different sounds, the sound qualities. So you have shakers, bells, you have all these sounds. That was the first thing that fascinated me on percussion, that you have so many endless different instruments and sounds. So actually, when I was a kid, I wanted to start learning the drums, but my mother said, no, it's too loud. No. But then I got, as a present, I got congas, and I collected all the other percussion instruments. And then I started to take lessons. And for me, rhythm, I think it's anyway the base of life, because everything is rhythm, night, day rhythm, heartbeat rhythm, time rhythm. And so your question was also what is my idea about rhythm or groove?
Yes, what is the why are you fascinated by groove, or what?
Because when there is a groove, when the rhythm is deep, I could say when the rhythm is deep, then there's a groove, and it takes me to another level of conception, another level of it's actually, in the end, it's a very spiritual thing. It takes me to another level, and it connects me with Mother Earth, or it connects me with my inner self, and through that it connects not only me, but I guess many people with the spiritual world. So for me, it's nearly a holy thing, rhythm and groove and drums.
Yeah, so there is a deep spirituality, as you said. I think
Yes.
for many musicians or percussionists, that is the main connection. I also have the feeling, right? Yeah.
And if you look to Brazil, because I was a long time, and I'm still busy with Brazilian rhythms. Also in Brazil, what is brought by the slaves to Brazil. The drums, many rhythms have their origin in religious or spiritual context. So like in Brazil is candomblé, which is a mix from Yoruba culture, Yoruba religions with Christianity and with Indian spiritualism. So many rhythms are based on this spiritual idea or feeded by them.
Yeah. So is there any a kind of, let me say, a key groove that is for you the secret to enter to Brazilian music or to this spiritual world, something that is really, say,
well, the secret to each rhythm for me is the beat. And if I don't understand or if I don't feel the beat, then a rhythm doesn't make sense for me, because it loses its effect. It cannot bring me to another level. I mean, there are sounds. You can create sound things with percussion, which is also very nice. Create sound sculptures. But now, speaking about rhythm, for me, the pulse is the key to doesn't matter what rhythm. I remember sometimes I've been to workshops, frame drum workshops from Zoha Fresco, and we learn complicated arrangements or compositions, rhythmic compositions. And for me, to be able to play it, I have to feel the beat, even if it's an odd meter or whatever. But if I don't feel the beat, a rhythm or an accent doesn't make sense to me. So it's like, if I don't know where the beat is, you make a clap and it could be anywhere. It doesn't have a meaning. It loses its meaning. So the beat is the key to each rhythm. And of course, to have access to Brazilian rhythms or compared to Cuban rhythms or to Turkish rhythms, the beat is always the essence. Just the subdivisions and the feel that the rhythms developed in the centuries, that's different, of course.
Mm-hmm. And so you are, as a German, you went to Brazil, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Sometimes there are some question marks. This is very typical question. What, a German? Because people, it's a prejudice. They say Germans are like this. Wah. In Brazil are like wow.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, this is a typical joke. But how was it as a German being in Brazil? How did you connect that? And when was the point that you had the feeling, wow, now I'm really connected to this music? Because I know you are doing long times, and I think after many years, you are inside. This is not
Mm-hmm.
But how was were there certain moments, some key moments, let me say, or some interesting points when you started, and or also the acceptance of the people,
Yes.
Brazilian,
Mm-hmm.
how they see European musicians or German musicians? Maybe this, you can maybe talk a little bit about this.
Mm-hmm. Well, to start with, I studied Brazilian and Latin American rhythms or music or drums in Rotterdam, and that was, in that time in the 90s, when I started, the only school or university where you could learn percussion. So I decided to go there. But actually, it could have been, maybe my path would also be similar if I would have gone to Turkey or to Iran or whatever. So in this way, it was just by accident my path that this school was there, and then I listened more and more to Latin American music, and I also played a lot of salsa and Cuban music in school, but the Brazilian music was, I had an easier access to it. I don't know, the country is very big. It has a lot of different rhythms and cultures. And this scene, also the Brazilian scene in Holland, where I studied, seemed to be more open and more easy. So I felt more at ease with these people and also with the music. And I started to listen more and more, and I fell in love with this music. So when I went for the first time to Brazil, everybody knows samba, that is a Brazilian rhythm. And I knew, of course, too, and I already learned how to play samba, and I studied it. But then I went to Brazil, and for the first time, I went to the real samba and rehearsals, which take place in these huge halls. They prepare for carnival, and these baterias, how you call them, the big samba groups, they exist of 300, 400 players, and there's always a band starting. Small band with only like a guitar, cavaquinho, which is the little Brazilian ukulele, and one surdo, this is the Brazilian bass drum, and one pandeiro, the Brazilian frame drum, and one tamborim. And then suddenly they play, there's party, people drink and enjoy. And while they play, the bateria on the other side of the hall starts to get in position and starts to prepare. And then there's a director, and then there's this break that the band plays, and then comes the bateria, 400 people at the same time, and it was like a wall of sound and of amazing power. I never had this before, and I said, my God, this is samba. That's it. I never knew before. And I listened a lot, and I played with bands, and I had my own little batucada also before I went to Brazil for the first time. But then I understood, that's all about it. That's the power. That's how it works. And wow, that was like a key experience for me. That was really, till today, I love to remember that. And well, to get to your second question, how is it as a German to play Brazilian music? Well, I played also in Brazil, also with Brazilians. I had tours, and also in Holland or in Germany, I play with Brazilians. Brazil is a very open country. So it's already a mixture of so many cultures, Africans, Europeans, Indians, the native Indians, but also Asian people that live, for example, in Sao Paulo. You have a lot of Japanese people living there. So it's a very mixed country. And I think also with this mixture, it's very open. It's very used to different colors. And even so, that if you look more close, there's a lot of problems, a lot of racism and everything, but in total, it's a very open and friendly country. So you are welcome as a musician, and they are like very interested. Wow, you're a German playing samba, can you play something? And then if they see that you can play, they are like, wow, but you can play. Which is nice, and let's say the musicians show a lot of respect to you if they see, oh, he's a professional, he can play, great. But of course, there are, like in every culture, probably in every country, there are also different aspects, different people that don't show respect, that maybe, especially when you go to traditional sessions where they play choro, which is a style, a traditional style in Rio. Or if you go to a closed Horachi Samba, which is a samba jam session, there are some old people that play already since the whole life. They play, and then they see a gringo, so a white guy coming there and with a pandeiro, and then they look already like this. And then you start to play, and even if you can play, they say, don't play, or let somebody else play, or play. So I also had this experience, but it's that was more about very traditional old guys that think that you interfere or that you take away something, or I don't know. But in all, it's I had a very most of my experience were very positive to play with people there.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Also, I think we have also here, or in every culture, the more also the classical or the traditional. If you are really inside, if you do it something very long time, I think the people are. They have more problems maybe to accept new ideas because it's also a question of they are used to listen to this many times, many years, and for them maybe it's really not nice, maybe but I think they are trained somehow to listen. It's also it's the same thing, I think, with eating something. If you eat all the time the same, then you have an idea of how, for example, German Spätzle, Schwäbisch Spätzle, Kässpätzle, right? So you know exactly how the cheese must be or the onions. And if someone else does it, you are, oh, no, the onions should be more like this, like this. So you're very critical.
Yeah.
But I think they are also right because I think they have another taste, another kind of taste here. They develop something that I don't have. So, but it's important, I think, always to bring something new, also to present it to
Yes.
people
Yes.
and to show, hey, I'm doing this. And
Yes.
I think you are in this way, you are really someone who is living here and really crossing the borders to Italian music. I know your project with Andrea Piccioni, your recordings. I mean, also when you are in Tamburi Mundi, you are not only doing your stuff, you're really open to play with people, to
Yes.
interact. And I think nowadays it's not that you and always looking on the quality, you know, like okay, we have to prepare, we have to practice. Unfortunately, at the Tamburi Mundi festival, there is so less time to practice. This is the only thing that
But
we
somehow it always works out nicely. So
yes. Somehow you have to come and go on stage. Wow. Yes. But
about this tradition once more, I'm very open for influences, and I'm very interested in other drum cultures and how to play different techniques. But it depends. When I go to a samba session, I try to play as traditional as possible because that works, and it works, and it's fun, and it grew like that since ages. For a reason, because it's just every instrument is based on these patterns, and then if I'm invited to play on a samba session or a roda de choro, I want to play traditional, and of course maybe with my taste and with my fills, with my little things, but I'm trying to serve the music as much as possible. So that's another thought. As a percussion player or as a drummer, if I don't make a solo project, or if I don't make a drum project with other drummers, if I play in a band, I try to serve and give what the music needs. And if I play a samba, and if a nice samba pandeiro is probably then the best thing, what fits best, and then I play that, and I try to play it as good as possible.
yeah, I think that's a good approach and good attitude. Yeah. Before we continue with talking, maybe you have some groove exercises that we can share with you.
Yes. Well, I was thinking now when I already watched the dancer. What's her name again? That was before.
Yeah, her name is Tamara
Yeah.
McCall. Yeah.
I was thinking, what could I do? I teach percussion and drums. So, for example, when I teach drums, that you have these rudiments things, and then it's maybe it sounds very boring for my students to play. For example, what could we say? A paradiddle. Maybe some people don't know what a paradiddle is, but there are 4 different paradiddles. The first is right, left, right, left, right, left, left. Yeah. So you have once a single stroke in each hand and once a double stroke. And that's the sense of the paradiddle, that you start to combine double strokes and single strokes. And then to make it interesting, I always tell my students, well, you can practice it dry on a pad or on the snare drum, but you can also make music with it. You can groove with it. And then I thought, okay, let's take this example. Let's take the frame drum, not a pandeiro, but the frame drum, because we have 2 hands. And then I could play with 1 brush here, exactly, nice. And then if we play a paradiddle, the basic paradiddle would be right, left, right. Let's do the third paradiddle. That fits nicer. Right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left. Okay. That would be the basic third paradiddle. Right, left, left, right. Okay. And then left, right, right, left. Okay. And instead that you play, you can start like this. Make it slow and make it once more slow. Instead of only playing this, you could start to play around and change sounds to make a groove, a nicer groove. For example, you see? So you start to create melodies.
Matthias?
Yeah.
We have sound problems.
Yeah?
Yes. Probably you have to change your audio installation inside of Zoom, I think.
I can check that.
Yeah.
What happens when I play?
Yes, if you start drumming, the sound of the drum disappears. That means
Okay, yeah.
I will switch to German. Du musst zu Audioeinstellungen gehen.
Ja.
Und dann musst du Hintergrundgeräusche, da steht, die musst du ganz niedrig machen.
Zoom.
Weißt du, wo die Audioeinstellungen sind?
Ich suche gerade. Ich habe das, dachte ich, gemacht. I thought I did it.
Yes, okay, maybe we can...
Wait, let's see. Audio-Einstellungen here, yes. And then?
And then you...
Okay, I see. Hier ist Hintergrundgeräusche unterdrücken, automatisch niedrig, mittel, hoch.
Niedrig muss sein, ja.
Okay.
Perfect, yes. Sometimes it happens that if Zoom makes an update, everything changes.
I was updating today.
Perfect, yeah.
That's why. So let's see if it works now, okay? You tell me if it doesn't work, yeah?
Okay.
So. Does it work?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's redo it.
The bass is a little bit too loud. Maybe you can somehow... Yeah, great. I think that's good, yeah.
Better? Good. So what I try to explain is that you take, for example, a paradiddle, and instead of just practicing it on a practice pad or on the snare drum or on any drum, you can start to create melodies, to play with it, to be playful. Yeah. So what I did now is I take the third paradiddle, which is right, left, left, right. And then after that, left, right, right, left. Okay, so it also always changes between right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left. And then you start again. One, one. And then you start to change sound. Okay, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, and then you don't feel it anymore as a simple pattern that you practice, but you start to feel it as a groove. And if you get faster, maybe you can hear it better. So you can play around this, and I do this with my students on the drum set. I work out, for example, paradiddle grooves. You have endless possibilities. That's one practice tip. Maybe I have to start thinking in a musical way. The patterns that you practice, that they don't stay patterns, but that you start to make music with them, or rhythmics. Yeah. And then what I always suggest to my students is to, I know it sucks a bit, but at the beginning, to play with the click, because the click is the beat that I was mentioning in the beginning of our talk. And then the trick is for me to not see this click as an enemy, but as a player, as, let's say, as a human that plays with me. Like you put a bell on your click, or you put a sound that is nice to your ears, and then you just sit in. You just play with the click, so it doesn't play against you. It's not your enemy, but it's your friend that you play along. So that helps me a lot, this idea to keep time, and then you can start to play along with the pulse, make pyramids, like starting with 8 quarter notes, make 8 notes, make 8 note triplets, quarter 8 notes, and so on. So yeah, that as a little practice tip. Was that answering your question?
Sorry?
Was that answering your question?
Someone wanted to okay, someone asked about the paradiddle for the chat.
Ah, yeah.
But I think Yasha wrote it already.
Oh, somebody was answering already.
Yes, I think he answered. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing to think not in patterns, but to think more in musicality, in music, to play around with your pattern so that it makes fun to practice it. Yeah. And well, if I take a pandeiro, I don't know if now here are some pandeiro players, but rhythm has so many aspects. So first of all, you have the different sounds. In the pandeiro, you have the bass sound. Okay. And you have the medium sounds, which are slaps, for example. Okay. And then you have the high sounds, which are the jingles. So that's one aspect of rhythm, is melody. So you have bass, medium, and high sounds that you can combine, so you get melodies. Second thing is you have tempo. Third thing is you have dynamics, so you can play soft and you can play loud. And that's very important because it's like talking. If you if I always would talk in the same melody and the same volume, it would be very strange and nobody could understand me, or it would be very boring. You see, so it's much nicer to use melody and dynamics to tell a story. Yeah, to create, to say something with your instrument. It's like talking. Yeah, so let's take the same rhythmical thing, not a paradiddle, but the same melody, which was this. You could say that's like a malfuf in Turkish rhythm. I think this rhythm is really worldwide. It has different names and different feels, of course. In Brazil, it would be baião. You have a rhythm that's from northeast of Brazil that's called baião, and the basic rhythmical cell is tak 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 tak. So I could play this pattern now without dynamics, just the melody. Then it would sound like this. Which is nice, but it's a bit boring maybe. So then you can start to use dynamics, which means you give accents and non-accents, and then already it starts to move much more, to dance more. So if I play, let's see, can you hear it well? Yes. See, so I use the loudness, how I touch the instrument, and that influences the sound of the jingle, so I can create dynamics. And then as a third aspect, I can add more melody. So with the pandeiro, I have the possibility to change the sound with the thumb here. Yeah, so it gets different pitches. Then I could create on top of this pattern, I could create melodies. And so on. So then you start to create more and more interesting things with the same groove, actually. So one groove has endless possibilities to express how you can how you can play it to make it interesting for the listener.
Yeah, this is when you play solo or improvisation, or also if you play with a band, for example.
This is also when I play with a band. I mean, I serve, like I said, I try to serve the band. And when it's necessary that I always play the same, I always play the same. But, and I have no problem to always play the same, actually. When the groove is there, I love it.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
for example, these notes, these different bass notes, dum dum dum.
Mhm.
Do you fix them? Like you really write every note, or is it like a combination of, okay, the groove is fixed, but I'm free to make variations, or how is the concept?
Haha. It's not at all like in Arabic music that you have on this and this and this spot a dum, and on this and this spot a tak, and that if you change the dum, then the rhythm is different. No, you're quite free. I mean, what you do is with the pandeiro. When I played bayon, or a kind of bayon. It was not traditionally bayon, but the pattern itself is maybe bayon. I imitate another drum that actually traditionally plays these patterns. It's more a bass drum called zabumba, and on this instrument you have a muffled sound and an open sound. So that's what you could imitate with a pandeiro. But as your pandeiro has more possibilities to change the tone, I think you are free to do whatever you like as long as it fits.
Okay, so it's you have to be able also, let me say, to sing, right, while you play, because I think this is something that is necessary if you are a percussionist. You have to control the instrument, and you have to have these ideas. It's not written anywhere. It's coming from you, right? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's another nice tip, advice, to start singing while you play, which is really a challenge for me, at least, to sing rhythmically and to play a different thing. So that is a challenge, but it helps a lot to open your you have a better entrance to the rhythm and to the music if you connect it with singing, because actually drumming was hardly alone. It was always combined, or with dance or with singing or with both. So I think it's very helpful if you start singing while you play. That can be songs, traditional songs, or maybe like you do with the syllabus, that you sing along what you play, or you start changing what you sing and still play the same pattern with the hands, and then it gets more polyrhythmical, more interesting, also for your brain. Yeah.
Nice. So I would like to now make a short cut in our speech, and we can continue later, because also about your actual projects and everything, I would like to tell a little bit more, or you can tell. But now I would like to invite Raquel, if she's there. I hope so. And so the idea was maybe because I'm talking always with you, with the guests, and so as I said, we came from the same city, and we live in Germany, and also you are a member of Tamburi Mundi. You came long ago, so you know Tamburi Mundi very good. You know all the people. You know also the different styles of frame drums, and so I was thinking maybe you are also an expert here to invite our guests and have a talk with Raquel, especially because you know much better Brazilian music and you can talk with her much better.
I can try that, yes.
Okay, thank you, Matthias.
The challenge will be that I have that I try to speak Portuguese. My Portuguese is not the best, but okay. And then I have to translate it probably to everybody in English again, huh? That's the idea.
That's the idea, yes.
Let's try then, if she's available.
So it's a good training for you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see if Raquel is here. And also, yes, you know, there is also music that she prepared. So just
Okay.
I think she knows what she wants to. Okay. Acaba?
Evet, yani
Okay. Ah, yes.
Yeah, she's there.
Hello, Raquel.
Oi, Raquel. Você pode ouvir? Pode me ouvir ou não? I don't hear her yet, so... Oi, Raquel, você me ouviu? Pode falar uma coisa?
sie weiß ja auch.
Okay, I think she cannot hear us. We will try to solve the problem. Okay. Hi, Matthias.
Hallo.
Yes, so the problem is her microphone does not work at the moment, and also her loudspeaker. So we tried to solve the problem.
Okay, we can meanwhile go on with the...
We can go on with
Yes.
with our questions. So as soon as they solve the problem, we can continue. Okay. So about the you talked about the we come back to the beginning of our speech of our conversation. So you talked about the situation now that you have thanks, let me say in a positive way, thanks Corona, or this is gave you the possibility to try new things out, and you said mentioned your CD, right, that you just finished.
Not yet, no. I'm just busy recording it, yes.
Okay.
I have like 4 or 5 songs finished, but of course to complete it, I have to work more.
Yeah, okay. And I know you are, if you work, you are very perfect. Is it correct?
Yes, I'm a bit a perfectionist, yes.
Yes, right.
Yes, then I try a lot with the sounds, how it should sound, and then if it's not really tight, I don't like it, and then yes, but it's fun for me to perfectionize things.
Yes, I can imagine. Yeah, and so on the other side, we also I saw just one very nice video where you were singing,
Ah, yes.
and yes, so this was a new side from you that I discovered, and so I think the creativity is really is not stopped, right?
No, the opposite. I have a lot of percussion instruments because, like I said, I collect since I'm 15. And here behind the studio, I have a room, a basement where is full of percussion. And my wife always said, "Oh, you have too much, too much." And it's true. I have everything 3 or 4 times. But now that I'm a lot here in my studio, I rediscover these instruments and I take them out because in this CD, my idea is to combine singing and drumming. And then I think also of melodic percussion instruments. So I use the kalimba, or I use in one song a marimbula, which is like a bass kalimba that they traditionally use in old Cuban son music. And I will use other percussion instruments that can create tones or melodies. Like I play cuica, of course. This is the Brazilian percussion instrument that everybody knows from Carnival, that you also can play melodies with. Or I play berimbau, which is a bow, a music bow that creates tones, like because it has a string that you hit. So I try to combine my percussion stuff with percussion that also creates melody, and then I sing on top, or I have guest musicians that sing, and
Yeah.
that's the idea.
Great, great. So later we will listen to one piece also, right?
Cool. Yes. Good.
Yes, for sure. But now we will try again. Hello. Hey, Raquel, hey, can you hear us? No?
Raquel, ainda tem som ou não? Tem som para você? Você pode ouvir? No, I don't think she can hear something.
Okay. But I think she sees us. Hi, hi.
Yeah, it's nice to look also.
Yeah.
Videoyu gösteren.
Okay.
Maybe she prepared some video, Raquel, and I could shortly. I don't know her personally. I know her a little bit via Facebook. She's a pandeirista, so a woman that plays pandeiro from Fortaleza, which is a city in northeast of Brazil. And what I saw on YouTube is that she plays very fast modern stuff like rock music on the pandeiro, which is super interesting. So I had some questions to her concerning that, and how it is to be a female percussion player in Brazil. I would love to hear some things from her, but let's see if it.
Yeah, maybe we can just have a look on the video.
Mm-hmm.
Send us.
YouTube'da online diye.
Okay, so now for everyone, because I know some people of you have not so good internet connection, so we will send the YouTube link of the video, so you can go in the chat. There is a link of the video of Raquel, so you can watch it directly on the YouTube video. And for the others who have better connection, you can use our YouTube channel or stream, so that you just can watch together with us. Okay, so have fun with Raquel and her beautiful. I know the video already. Okay.
That's a speed bayou.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, unfortunately, she cannot hear us. But what can we do? Maybe you can write something in the chat, Matthias. We can try.
I can try that. Yes, that was a tune from Hermeto Pascual, which is a great compositor. How it's a great writer from Brazil that makes really modern jazzy things. He has this huge white beard
Yeah.
and long hair, and is a multi instrumentalist. He plays everything. He plays pandeiro, percussion, piano, melodica, different flutes. He's really an amazing guy. So let's see. Raquel.
Yeah, so you others, if you want, you can just bring your tea or drink some water, you relax. We can try now to get in contact.
Bir şey yazdı bana. I have technical problems. Problem on audio yazdı.
Evet.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
You can hear us. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to check sound with her yesterday already,
Yeah.
but then she said that she does it not from her home. She does it from a studio because there the internet connection is better, and so we couldn't check it. And then she said, well, the guy knows how to use the program, so the Zoom, but maybe.
Yeah, maybe they didn't. The audio installation, they have to change them because I think she has a new microphone also.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, this is live, you know. This is a risk that we always have when we make live channels. I know many others that make a pre-production and then they can put online, and then it's easier because of pre-production there is no risk. You can check the sound and everything. And of course now we have this risk, but on the other side, for us it's important that we have really this connection, this live feeling that we are really talking together, even if it's not perfect, you know, but because in our days everything is produced.
Agora deve estar bom.
Agora pode ouvir. Você pode.
Sim, que bom.
Oi, Raquel.
Oi. Bom.
Teve dificuldades com som, não é?
Sim, deu problema aqui.
Que legal que você está aqui agora e funciona tudo. Você pode me ouvir bem?
Sim, muito bem.
Muito legal. Então, eu quero perguntar algumas coisas para você, só para você ter a oportunidade para falar sobre o seu trabalho, o pandeiro e I want to ask Raquel about her work as a musician and where she comes from. Você nasceu em Fortaleza, não é?
Fortaleza.
So Fortaleza is a city in northeast of Brazil, what I already said. E a cidade tem muita música ao vivo lá?
Tem muita música. Tem forró, tem choro, samba, rock, blues. Tem uma variedade de gêneros musicais aqui em Fortaleza, de apresentações.
So she says, I was asking if there's a lot of live music in Fortaleza, and she said there's a lot happening. There's all kinds of music like forró, samba, choro, but also rock and blues. E você agora é um pouco difícil tocar por causa da pandemia. Eu acho
demais.
que não.
tá muito complicado, né? A gente não pode tocar.
Sim, os bares estão fechados também.
Fechado.
So also in Brazil, of course, the situation is the same than here, that the bars are closed and that it's difficult to play live music. Mas agora você está num estúdio, você pode trabalhar lá também? Ou é seu estúdio ou de um amigo?
Não, aqui é uma faculdade, e um amigo trabalha aqui e ele tá fazendo isso para mim, a transmissão.
Ok, legal, legal.
É uma faculdade.
E como você aprendeu tão bom a tocar percussão?
Eu comecei a tocar percussão aos 7 anos, no grupo de percussão. E o pandeiro mesmo, assim, eu vim aprender bem depois. Quando eu fazia capoeira, na escola tinha capoeira, né? E eu praticava capoeira. E eu tocava pandeiro, mas muito básico, né? Muito pequena. Aí, na minha adolescência, que eu peguei mais o pandeiro para ficar estudando em casa e desenvolver.
So she plays percussion since she's 7 years old, and she started in school. And pandeiro she started to play much later, also together with capoeira, which is a dance fight, a martial art from Brazil. And then she started to practice more and more pandeiro also at home. Então, você só toca... Não, você toca todos os instrumentos do percussão. Berimbau, provavelmente, que é um instrumento do capoeira. Legal. E pandeiro e que outras coisas?
Percussão geral, né? Que as nossas percussões, a bumba, a alfaia, efeitos, congas, berimbau, surdo, repique, caixa, né, completo.
So Raquel, she plays all sorts of percussion. My question was, what do you play? So she plays this music bowl, berimbau, that is typical for capoeira, but she also plays effects, and she plays rhythmics, surdo, caixa, which are samba instruments used in samba. She plays alfaia, which is a bass drum that is used in a style called maracatu in northeast of Brazil. A tradição, sua tradição lá em Fortaleza, que tradição tem? Tem maracatu?
Tem muito maracatu. O maracatu é um ritmo africano, mas também tem muito aqui no Nordeste, né? Em Recife, principalmente. Aqui em Fortaleza tem maracatu, tem forró, tem baião, tem os ritmos nordestinos, né? Chachado, frevo, isso. E eu toquei numa orquestra nordestina, né? E a gente fazia vários ritmos nordestinos. Esses que eu te falei, né? Era muito bom.
Sim.
Foi lá que eu comecei a pegar o pandeiro para estudar, porque antes disso eu não tocava pandeiro assim, né? Não tocava outros ritmos no pandeiro, por exemplo, né? Tocava só samba, capoeira, talvez um baião, bem simples.
E todos esses estilos você pode tocar com pandeiro também? Por exemplo, maracatu no pandeiro ou chachado no pandeiro?
Sim.
Legal. So she, quero traduzir só um pouco, ok? She explains that they have a lot of rhythms in Fortaleza, mainly the rhythms that are played in the northeast of Brazil, which are states like Bahia and Pernambuco. And in Pernambuco, she lives in Ceará. Ceará, Fortaleza, Ceará. It's another state of Brazil. And you have a very rich music culture in the northeast of Brazil. Styles like forró, baião, chachado, shot, maracatu, coco. And she played in this orchestras also. And then I asked her if she also plays all these various rhythms on the pandeiro, and she said yes, you can play all of these things on pandeiro. Legal. Então você toca tudo no pandeiro.
Sim, eu tento, né? Tem coisas que dá para tocar e tem algumas coisas que, assim, não fica tão, né, tão legal.
Mas eu vi um vídeo onde você toca rock também no pandeiro. Que nunca viu antes.
Eu uma experiência, né? Tentei acompanhar a música de rock, assim.
Sim.
Eu acho que ficou legal, mas eu não acho que o pandeiro ele substitua numa banda de rock, né? Porque é totalmente diferente, né, da bateria, né? Não tem condução,
Sim.
né?
Sim.
E, cara,
So she also played. I saw a video once. She played a rock tune with pandeiro very fast. It was. Que banda foi essa música que
foi
você?
System of Down.
System of the Dawn. System of a
É isso,
Dawn. Yeah.
a pronúncia é essa, né?
System of a Dawn. That was
É
the
isso
song.
aí.
Yes. And she played it incredible in a very high speed. Você tem speed, como chama? Uma velocidade muito muito alta no pandeiro. Muito treinado, né?
Aham.
Também
2 horas tocando todo dia, pandeiro.
todo dia você praticando. So she has a very high speed. She can reach very high speed on pandeiro, but she said that she practices every day. E a sua história com pandeiro. Você pode falar sobre o seu pandeiro um pouco?
Sim. Como eu te falei antes, né? Eu tive uma experiência na capoeira muito básica. E quando eu cheguei nessa orquestra, eu tinha 16 anos, que foi bem depois, eu já era adolescente. E um professor, um maestro da orquestra me deu um pandeiro de presente. E eu comecei a tocar em casa, todo dia tocando, escutando músicas que não tem, assim, nada a ver com pandeiro, tipo música eletrônica. E tentando acompanhar, né? Foi isso que eu fiquei fazendo exercício para ter agilidade, para conseguir acompanhar esses ritmos, né?
Uhum.
Daí eu comecei a desenvolver minha técnica de pandeiro, em casa, sozinha mesmo.
Okay, so she said I was asking how did her story with the pandeiro, and she said that she started with 7, but later on she picked up the pandeiro and started to play along with all kinds of music that are also normally not played with pandeiro, so electronical music and every music she could encounter, and she just practiced every day on her instrument. Que instrumento você toca? Que fábrica é?
Luthier,
Sim.
instrumentos.
Hum?
Instrumentos. É um cara que faz aqui em Fortaleza, um luthier que faz. Dá ritmo instrumentos. Ele que fez o meu
Legal.
contato.
Eu não conheço. Legal.
Aqui. É bem bonito. E tem
Bonito.
som.
So that's made by a luthier from a maker from Fortaleza, her pandeiro. E outra pergunta para que eu acho que é bem interessante para nós aqui na Europa, porque esse mundo, também o mundo da música é dominado é bem machismo, não é? E você é difícil como uma mulher tocar percussão lá no Brasil. Ou agora tudo bem?
É complicado, né? Porque as pessoas meio que duvidam, né? Da sua capacidade por você ser uma mulher e acha que você... Vou dar só um exemplo. Uma vez que eu fui tocar uma vez num show, né? Um show grande. E quando eu subi no palco, o rapaz veio perguntar: você que vai tocar o pandeiro? Eu disse: é eu. Aí ele pegou e disse assim: mas isso é coisa de homem, não é pesado, não é cansativo para você tocar o pandeiro. Aí eu fiquei meio sem resposta, porque eu já tinha que tocar, já estava no palco e o cara me veio com essa pergunta, sabe? Sempre acontece esse tipo de coisa.
So I asked her if it's very difficult as a woman in Brazil to play percussion or music. Because also in Brazil is a lot of machismo going on, and And she said, yeah, she has this bad experience once she went to the stage and to a big stage, and then with a pandeiro, and then the guy said, "But can you play this as a woman? Are you not too weak for that? Don't you? That's an instrument that's a man's instrument." Então, mas eu acho que felizmente vai mudar agora.
Assim, ultimamente aqui em Fortaleza tem aparecido mais mulheres tocando percussão.
Sim.
Me deixa muito feliz ter visto mais mulheres tocando aqui na cidade. E, assim, eu espero que aumente mais, né? Que tenham mais mulheres tocando percussão. Porque a gente sempre vê mais mulheres tocando flauta, teclado, né? Piano, violão. Mas percussão é mais raro, né?
Sim.
Mas agora tem um sentido assim que tá aumentando aqui em Fortaleza.
Quando eu fui em Salvador, lá tem uma banda de percussão chamada Dida. Você conhece?
Não.
Uma banda de samba reggae que é bem famosa agora e foi a primeira banda de mulheres que tocam samba reggae lá. E agora foi, eu acho que anos 80 e uma coisa que então já tem 30 anos ou mais essa banda. E foi o primeiro projeto para as mulheres tocar percussão. Então, eu acho que vai mudar, já muda muito, que tem...
Com certeza.
E o pandeiro, que é um frame drum, esse instrumento tem em várias culturas e é um instrumento das mulheres, na verdade. Em Portugal, chama adufe, é um instrumento tradicional das mulheres. Esse tipo de tambor é original para as mulheres, não para homem.
Pois é. As pessoas deveriam saber disso.
Sim. So I was asking the situation for women in Brazil, and she said, well, now it's changing, since I told her I have been to Salvador, where there's a women's samba reggae group called Jida, which was founded in the 80s. So there's already a change. She said normally women always played flute or played guitar, but for percussion or drums, it's a bit still more heavy as a woman to succeed in this world of machismo. Então, legal, Raquel. Eu estou muito feliz que tem mais e mais mulheres que tocam o pandeiro.
Sim. Também, tenho gostado muito de ver nas redes sociais, no Instagram.
Sim.
Mais mulheres tocando pandeiro.
Eu tenho contato com uma mulher chamada Clarice Magalhães. Você conhece ela?
Conheço, ela veio aqui em Fortaleza tocar com a Tereza Cristina.
Sim.
E ela me convidou para assistir o show, eu fui lá, ela me deu um livro, foi muito bom.
Legal. E tem uma mulher chamada Larissa Umaiá, eu acho que é, ou Umataiá Larissa, conhece dela?
Conheço, sim, vi alguns vídeos.
Sim, ela tem agora um YouTube canal com muitos vídeos e é super legal. Eles tocam demais. Então, eu acho que tem. Eu escrevi algumas perguntas para você. Você foi numa escola de música ou você aprende só sozinha na casa?
Agora sim, né? Mas quando era criança eu tocava no grupo de percussão.
Sim.
E depois eu continuei tocando, participei de vários grupos e assim, o mais importante, né, que eu fui lapidada, que eu aprendi mais, foi na orquestra que eu te falei, né, do Grupo Pão de Açúcar aqui em Fortaleza. E eu passei 4 anos lá, nessa orquestra, e depois comecei a participar dos festivais daqui do Ceará, Jazz e Blues, música na Piapava, E de lá começou a aparecer convites para tocar profissionalmente, né? E eu toquei com um sanfoneiro muito conhecido daqui do Nordeste.
Uhum.
E daí continuei tocando profissionalmente.
Uhum.
Aí eu comecei a tocar com 7, eu tô com 27 anos.
Uhum.
20 anos de percussão.
Uhum. Legal. Você também ensina? Você tem alunas?
No momento, não. Não estou dando aula agora, mas estava trabalhando, dando aula para crianças. Um grupo
Uhum.
de meninos.
Uhum. Legal. Legal. So I asked her if she also learned in a school, and she said, well, there was an orchestra where she played percussion for 4 years long. And later on, she was asked by a famous accordion player. Actually, the sanfona is the accordion is a traditional instrument in northeast of Brazil where you play forró. Você toca forró com esse cara da sanfona?
No momento, não, já toquei um tempo com ele. Né?
Uhum.
Eu estava tocando nesse festival, Jazz e Blues, e o
Uhum.
produtor dele, que estava fazendo a técnica de som, me convidou para tocar com ele.
Uhum. Legal.
A gente ia fazer um show e acabou fazendo uma temporada em homenagem a Jackson do Pandeiro.
Uhum. Homenagem do Jackson do Pandeiro. Yeah, she
É.
played with this accordion player. She played a homenagem to Jackson do Pandeiro, who is a great singer and composer and pandeiro player from Brazil. That is unfortunately not longer among us, but he had a big influence. He combined northeastern rhythms of Brazil with the samba. Ele combinou os ritmos do Nordeste com samba, o Jackson do Pandeiro. Ele tem um estilo bem interessante, o ritmo dele é incrível, eu acho que.
É.
Hã?
Eu gosto muito.
Sim.
Daí eu comecei a gostar mais, né? Porque eu passei a conhecer mais o repertório dele, né? A gente passava 1 hora tocando Jackson do Pandeiro em várias cidades. Eu passei a amar o som do Jackson. Todo dia eu escuto música do Jackson do Pandeiro.
Sim. Legal. Legal. E os seus sonhos com pandeiro? Você tem sonhos que você quer fazer ou você quer viajar com esse instrumento? Ou...
Sim, se Deus quiser, viajar, tocar,
Talvez
conhecer.
tenha uma possibilidade para visitar a Europa, não é?
Quem sabe, né?
Ah,
É que sim.
claro, agora... Não, agora nessa situação é difícil, mas no
Bem
futuro...
difícil. Se Deus
Agora
quiser.
também aqui ninguém toca.
Ninguém toca em canto nenhum, né?
É por causa disso estamos aqui no internet e falamos assim.
Pois
Aqui
é.
eu tenho meu estúdio bem pequeno e estou aqui todo dia gravando música. Eu tá fazendo uma CD agora, CD
Legal.
novo, porque eu quero usar esse tempo que temos agora para fazer coisas criativas. Eu vou te mandar as músicas que eu faço.
Legal. Eu também estou aprendendo um instrumento novo, que não tem muito a ver com percussão.
Ah, que é?
Sanfona.
A sanfona, legal. So Raquel, she also started to learn the sanfona, which is the accordion now. E você aprende com a sanfona a música do forró, provavelmente.
É.
Legal.
Agora aprendendo do zero, né? Eu nunca tive aula, assim, com ninguém. Agora que eu estou tendo aula, o professor está me explicando, assim, bem iniciante mesmo, sabe, esse meu nível.
Sim. E você toca sanfona ou sanfonas 8 baixos?
80 baixos.
Ah, 80 baixos, não essa sanfona pequena.
Não, é maior.
A maior. So she plays not the button accordion, but the ones with 80 bass notes. Yeah.
Eu tô perguntando se tu pode dar um exemplo de rock.
Ah! Eu tinha que escutar, né, para tocar.
É?
Estão pedindo para tocar rock no pandeiro.
Ah, você quer tocar agora?
Posso tocar.
Seria legal.
Seria legal.
Seria legal, então.
Qual da música?
Qual a música?
Deixa eu botar aqui.
So she wants to play something for us. Let's hear a bit.
Faz tempo que eu não vou receber. Deixa eu ver aqui.
Ah, Raquel, aqui no chat tem uma pergunta. Raquel, você pode tocar um exemplo de rock no ritmo de rock no pandeiro? Então.
Meu amigo viu aqui, tá me falando.
Ah, legal.
Ele entende inglês.
Ah, tá bom.
Qual é a música?
BY. Óbvio. É.
One minute, please.
Só um instante, viu? Botando a música aqui. Faz tempo que eu não toco essa música de funk.
Ah, tudo bem.
Tá meio fora aqui o som, deixa eu ver aqui.
Sim, é difícil porque é bem baixo, mas...
Tá fora, né? Tá bom, né?
Ah, tá bom, tá ótimo. Foi um bom exemplo.
Ficou meio fora porque eu não tô com fone. Aí...
Não tem problema, é ótimo. Então você, na verdade, você usa também alguns ritmos do Brasil, mas num outro tempo e com outros acentos. E também um pouco de
porque muda o ritmo dessa música, sabe? Ele faz. Aí depois muda. A música é assim.
Agora eu tenho um chat aqui que temos que terminar, infelizmente, porque o tempo já está. Já tá. Então, muito obrigado, Raquel, para seu tempo aqui.
Sim.
E quando alguém tem perguntas para você, eles podem te contatar, não é? No
Instagram.
Sim? Então, eu espero para você que a música vai continuar e que você pode também talvez visitar a Europa no futuro, tá?
Tá bom.
Então, obrigado, viu? Abraço.
Um abraço.
Abraço, tchau.
Oh, bye-bye, thank you. And Matthias, maybe you can say also hello from here, from Freiburg. Maybe you can translate.
Yes. Raquel, a Murat fala: oi, muito obrigado. Alô do Friburgo e...
And we will stay in touch. Maybe we will invite her for another channel in the future.
Yes. Então, ele está em contato com você e no futuro ele quer te convidar de novo num live channel, tá bom?
Tá bom.
Tá bom.
Ok. Bye bye. Thank you. And yes, so Matthias, thank you a lot. Also, yes. And so we maybe we can in the final like to finish our meeting. We can just listen to your music, one piece maybe we can.
Yes.
And so before we listen, I would say thank you again, and but we will see anyway later. Matthias,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
So it was a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting. If you can, maybe you play the last tune that I sent you, the Sou Pescador, porque it's a Brazilian for Raquel, also interesting.
Okay, we will play this, and also for all of the others, the people who are still here, and new people, I think also in YouTube we have. So Matthias Haffner, as I said, he is also an instrument builder, and as I said, we have this Tamburi Monday, so this Monday channel that we will start in 10 days, and in this channel we will introduce frame drummers from all over the world, but also instrument makers. So also we will invite you there, that you can talk a little bit about your work, about building instruments, and so on. So just wanted to inform you. So, and now we can have some music before we continue our program. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Ele ainda tá aqui. Ah, é porque ele que coordena aí as coisas. Será que
Ayu, nai, nagu, ayu, nai, nagu. Ouve o tambor e o seu rumor. Sou pescador. Sei me virar, meu guiador é o interior. Se hoje não for, sei esperar. Menina, se anima, vem pro alto mar. A mina da vida é se aventurar. Menina, se anima, vem pro alto mar. A mina da vida é se aventurar. Tu entende também como navegar. Na tua destreza posso confiar. Se der correnteza e o vento ajudar, hoje vai ter peixe, hoje vai sobrar. Tu entende também como navegar. Na tua destreza posso confiar. Se der correnteza e o vento ajudar, hoje vai ter peixe, hoje vai sobrar. Ayu, nai, nagu. Ayu, nai, nagu. Ouve o tambor e o seu rumor. Sou pescador, sei me virar, meu guiador é o interior. Se hoje não for, sei esperar. Menina, se anima, vem pro alto mar. A mina da vida é se aventurar. da vida é se aventurar. Tu entende também como navegar, na tua destreza posso confiar. Se der correnteza e o vento ajudar, hoje vai ter peixe, hoje vai sobrar. Tu entende também como navegar, na tua destreza posso confiar. Se der correnteza e o vento ajudar, hoje vai ter peixe, hoje vai sobrar. E ai o na e na go. E ai o na e na go. Sou pescador, sou pescador.
Bravo! Thank you. Yeah, so we can continue now with Nora. If you want, you can stay here and say hello to Nora. Yeah, what is the... Hi, Nora.
Oh, hallo Matthias.
Oh, nice.
How are you?
Thank you. Fine. And you?
I'm also fine, thank you.
Great. It's nice to see you here.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. Ciao, Matthias. Thank you a lot. And see you
Bye-bye.
later. We see. And yes, I don't know if you already saw the program or if you were busy or if you were in the sun outside walking or...
I just saw the last minutes from Matthias, and yeah, now I'm here.
You are here. Great. Nice, nice. Yeah, so we were already talking a little bit about grooves, about rhythm, pulsation, and so this is, I mean, as a percussionist, you know, this is more or less the basic thing that you should really have inside. And I'm happy that you have time today to join us and to share some of your music, of your exercises, or yes, but first maybe little questions or little talk. So I would say that you are really, the last years, we know us really many years already, but you are really continuously, you're working really, so I always see your work also live here at Tamburi Mundi when you come here, but also on different channels, and you really surprise me all the time with new things, new ideas and developments, and it's like you build up something, and so everything is like how can I say, yeah, it's really settled, really good, and so that is something that I really like on your work, you know. You have a really clear idea what to follow, and clear, also if you explain something, it's always so clear what you want, and the music is also very transparent. If you look to your videos on YouTube or somewhere else, you immediately understand everything. It comes directly to here, and I think this is something that is very unique to you and always connected not only with frame drums, but I think this is something that is in the center of your instruments. And so I don't know if you want to say something about your actual work, what you're doing now, because this is a stupid question, I know, and I think musicians, they don't want to hear anymore this question. But maybe also you have some really brand new news, because our spectators here, our guests, they want also to be informed. What is Nora doing now? Is there something new happening? So, yeah, this is the question.
At first, thank you very much for your words, Murat, and for the invitation. I'm happy to be here and to share something which, hopefully will be useful for all who are so much engaged into frame drums. So what am I doing? Of course, for me, is a similar situation like for many artists now, that it's not really possible to play concerts. And actually, in the last years, this was my main income or my main job, to perform on stage and to give workshops live in classes. So, of course, we all have to deal with the new situation. And I do some recordings for video projects or for audio things, also for radio plays, for example. And the new thing which I wanted to push a little bit is the online teaching, and this is what I'm doing now. So I started my first intermediate frame drum group last week, and we are going to proceed the next weeks. And in the moment, we are focused in melodic playing and improvisation. And this is a very nice group. And if you are interested, it's still possible to join. So you can write me an email to sign up, and I will give some information. So you find the contact is info@norathiele.de. And you also find the information on my website or on Instagram or wherever, if you are interested. Lately, I think maybe 1 week ago, there was a request of a live stream of a concert with early music, with Instrumenta Musica. This is an ensemble from Dresden, from Saxony, from my hometown actually. And so they are playing music from Michael Pretorius, and they are cooperating with an artist who is doing art to the music. And this is in an old fabric hall in Pirna. And this will be recorded and streamed 1 week later, I think. So this is actually, it's almost the first time that I'm meeting again friends and colleagues and musicians since October, I think. I had another concert in October, but I'm looking forward to that.
Wow, yes, I can imagine. So to all of who are interested, I think you will get information at least on your Facebook or wherever you want. But yes, so maybe before we start with your small masterclass, let me say one thing. Maybe you are working with Meinl, with a company, and so is there a special, are there special instruments that you invented with this company, or how came it the collaboration?
Yeah, not yet, but we started, it's quite new that we're working together, and it's also connected to the company Eckermann Drums. I'm working with them since a very long time, almost 20 years. He's also producing drums for a special series, for this Artisan series from Meinl frame drums. And so I asked Meinl, are you interested to work together and to do something to push frame drums and to make frame drums more visible in this universe of Meinl percussion? And they have been very happy. And the first thing we did, this you can also find on my YouTube channel, I did small teasers for all the frame drum products they have in the moment. I think this was about 60 or 70 video clip. And I think 1 year ago I said, actually it would be nice if why don't you have a rig? Also there are some frame drums are missing in the series still. So I asked them, what do you think about a rig? And now I think 1 or 2 months ago, they also presented a rig from Meinl. You will find it somewhere on the website from Meinl, and there will also be a very light tamburello in the near future, which is then available. So at first we are trying to enrich and to widen a little bit the repertoire or the family of frame drums with Meinl. This is what we do in the moment, and hopefully very soon there will follow some artist videos which I will produce with some compositions for the frame drums they are building.
Great. So many projects, many plans for this near future, but also for the next future. Okay, Noah, so you can present your program. I think we are really all excited to follow you and to join your program.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Murat. So I would like to speak a little bit about permutation and improvisation, or how you can use the tool of permutation for improvisation and also composition, of course. So if you have any questions, you can write in the chat. I have one chat here from the Zoom session directly, and I also can follow here on the YouTube chat, I think. Yes. Okay, so before we start, it's good to think about one more time, what is the definition of rhythm? What do you think? What is rhythm? How can you explain what is, how does it work? Or what is rhythmic and what is not non-rhythmic? So I think this is the definition which is right now in my mind. Rhythm is always about pulse, mainly a regularly pulse and accents on special or on specific points. So we have a pulse, and Murat already mentioned that there was a workshop as well about that, which is very good, because pulse is so important. It's the base for everything, and for rhythm and for groove especially. So the pulsation can be hearable, like this is a regularly pulse, but there is also a pulsation which cannot be heard but felt. So I think if we talk about, or if we say this is really groovy, then this is what works, so that the musicians together, or the musician, or however, they feel the pulse inside, and they do play or they hit the drum at the right moment on the right pulsation beat, and then it starts to groove. So I think the pause in between the actions is very important in general. So let's say, what is rhythm? Rhythm is pulse or pulsation and accents. And these accents, we can break it down a little bit, and we can say that all the rhythms from all the corners of the world are made out of groups of 2 and 3 pulsations. So I would say, this is my thesis, it doesn't matter if we have this Brazilian clave or whatever, or we have an African bell pattern, or we have an Iraqi rig rhythm, or it doesn't, or all the Indian rhythms, we can break it down into 2 or 3. 3 could also be 1 plus 2, but the most common groups are 2 and 3. So, and if you understand this analyzation of all the rhythm structures we have, this is very good because it gives you a very clear structure, and the rhythms are very overseeable. You can better remember and analyze the rhythm, and it will help you a lot for improvisation and composition, and also to teach or to communicate rhythm structures. And this is what I would like to do with you in the next minutes, or yeah, we have a little bit of time. And please also take your drum, can also play a little bit together. Yeah. So I have something like a chalkboard here on my right side. And I hope you can read that. So let's think first about groupings we know. For example, if I say the sum of the pulses is 5. So if I say, or what I said, that all the rhythms are made out of 2 and 3, it could be here, it could be 2 plus 3. And obviously the other way around, 3 plus 2. This is what is meant with permutation, to change the order of the groups or of the components we have. In maths, of course, it's the, in German we say summanden, some, I don't know, so in German it's summanden. So we always have a sum of 5. It doesn't matter if you play 2-3 or 3-2. So I will use some syllables, and maybe you know these syllables, but I will write them down again, which makes it easy. So for our 2 and 3, I use ta, take, and takite. Most of you know these syllables, they come from the South Indian rhythm language Solkatu or Konakol. And I really love this technique to explain rhythm and to feel rhythm, and also for compositions and so on. It's very useful to learn these basic syllables and to work with them. We can even go further. We have the syllable for 4 is takadimi. And for 5, ta dingina tom. Ta dingina tom for 5. So if I sing 2-3, I can sing take, takite, take, takite, take, takite, or takite, take. Okay, this is, so let's go on a little bit with some structures you also know, and it really makes sense to write them down. Even I will not write on the board all possibilities, but some of them. But for example, 7 can be composed 3-2-2 or 2-2-3, and of course 2-3-2. So the 9 could be 2-2-3 or 2-2-1-3. And here, maybe some of you know the Turkish 9/8 rhythm would be dum sta dum sta, or with this jumping beat in the end, doom, stas, doom, tas. And sometimes if I need to write down a lead sheet or if I really make quick notes, I very often only write these numbers 2 or 3, and below that I write the melody. For example, like that. This is a very easy and quick way to write down structure and melody. And actually, I can play this immediately. So the 9/8, for example, would be doom es da es doom es da da es doom es da es doom es da da es doom es da es doom es da es doom es da es doom es da. So the main strokes of the melody I play with the right hand, and now I can add with the left hand the notes in between, which are the most important spices for ornamentation and very common in Middle Eastern music to fill in the gaps between the main strokes. For example, es da, es da, es da. And so on. I will give you one more example. I switch again. Let's go to the number 10. 10, maybe you know the rhythm samai. So samai would be, I sing the melody, but I write the numbers. Doom, es, tag, es. Doom, tag, es. Doom, es, tag, es. Doom, tag, es. Another rhythm in 10. Georgina is very popular in Iraq, for example. Georgina is doom, stata, doom, stas, doom, stata, doom, stas. This would be doom, sta, ta, doom, ta, means doom, sta, ta, doom, sta. So these are some examples how to break down rhythmic structures into numbers and letters, actually. So we are always working with doom and tag, and of course the tag is always replaceable with pa. For example, if I play the Georgina rhythm, I can switch between doom, es, da, es, doom, es, da, es. And first I fill in the left hand. And now I switch the sound, the doom stays, but the tag goes to pa. Back. So in the traditional context with rhythm, normally we don't permutate the different numbers. So if I accompany a dancer or a singer or musicians, it's more about keeping the rhythm, keeping the melody, keeping the pulse and the structure. So normally we don't switch the numbers or the sum. Now I would like to focus a little bit in rhythm in 4, 8, 16 and so on. And now we can use this structure to make our own inspired, tradition-inspired rhythm. Are there any questions in between? Georgina? It's very nice. You are following. It's great. So let's go to the number of 8. Sorry. Eight, for example, in 4/4, can be composed out of 4 and 4, of course, but also 3, 3, 2. So if I write 3, 3, 2, maybe some of you will scream, yeah, this is Malfuf. And 3, 3, 2 is not only Malfuf. This is really one of the, how can we say, it's one of the main rhythm structures. We have 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It can be wahda, which is a slow 3, 3, 2. Dooms, stats, stats, dooms, stats, stats, doom. It can be fast, and it's Malfuf. It's also part of the clave. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Son clave 3, 2. Of course, the other way around as well. And I think there are many, many more examples. If you have any examples, write them in the comments below with the structure of 3, 3, 2. Now let's take at first the example of Malfuf. If I write the melody down, it would be like dum, ta, ta, ki. Let's play this together. I will switch on the click now, and we can make a question-answer play, so that I play one bar, and then you answer. Maybe a little bit slower. So this means I will play one bar. Now I don't know, maybe you can write it down, then I will switch the camera again. It's 3, 3, 2. We just play Malfuf. I play one bar and then you fill in the same thing. Ki, ki, ta, ki, ki, ta, ki. Ki, ki, ta, ki, ki, ta, ki. Now I will fill a double time 4-stroke in the last. Taka, taka. So we have the number 4, double time. So I double the last part. So now I double the second group 2. Now I doubled all the 3s. And we go back to the basic thing. Play it again. Now we are going to permutate 3-3-2. Each part, we do play each part twice. Let's do this together. I will count in 4 beats and we play together each part twice. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Structures are 3-3-2. 3-2-3, 2-3-3. So the 2 is wandering, walking in front, you can say. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ki, ki, ta, ki, ki, ta. Again. Ki, ki. Now we change. Ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki. We change. Ta, ki, ta, ki, ta, ta. Ta, ki, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta. Stop. So the melody stays all the time the same. It's the combination of doom, tak, tak. We have 1 doom and 2 taks. The melody stays the same, but the rhythmical structure can change. Let's do it again. Every structure 2 times. 2, 3, 4. Now 3-2-3. And 2. Again. Now we double all the parts of 2. Double. Change. Next. We do this again. We double only the 2. Next one. Next one. And stop. This would be a technique to double time specific parts of the rhythm. Another thing I can do is that I don't stick to the melody doom tak tak, which is which you should play if you would like to play Malfouf or something like Malfoufish. But of course, if we work with the structure, we can be more creative, or we can change it at least. So I need a second cameraman or woman. But we are all self-made, self-woman, freelancer. That's how it is. For example, we could also say that we play. Let's stick to this group of 2, which is special in Malfouf, because Malfouf gives us first the impression it's a rhythm in 3, and maybe it's a waltz. Ta ki ta ta ki ta taki. So it gives you some security with this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ah, no, 1, 2, 3. This is, I mean, it's a syncopation which comes out, but each rhythm, all the rhythm, they do have a psychology level, which is interesting. And this you can also change. If you change the rhythm and the structure, you will change the meaning of the rhythm too. So here we go. Let's play the group of 2 with the doom. So we switch the doom. Tak, tak, doom. Tak, doom, tak. The last group stays the same. Let's play this together to feel the difference. So 1, 2, we play the second line at each groups 2 times, and we switch the melody. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Second one. And so on. I will show you a little example about changing the melody. I will do it a little bit faster, and you can listen. I will stick to the structure, let's say 3-3-2. So, but I will change the melody all the time. So it is somehow related to Malfuf, but it's not anymore a Malfuf. The melody, but I do this permutation thing. I change the structure. Very useful to change the rhythmic structure, because sometimes I get used to play 3-3-2. I play all the time 3-3-2, but sometimes it changes a lot if I also change the rhythmic structure. Another thing, or maybe at least I would like to mention this. We did it in the beginning, so to make it clear. 1 second. So what we did in the first line is the permutation. Here we changed the rhythmic structure, and in the second line we changed the melody. Another thing we can do, and we did it already, is to double the timing of several parts. Also, of course, what I can do is I can double each part, which would be three, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2. Comes out of 3, 3, 2. And it's funny because there is a traditional Middle Eastern rhythm which is somehow familiar or related to Malfuth, but it's Wahda Kibira. So the melody is very similar. Doom, da, 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 da. So what happens is from doom, sta, sta, doom, tak, 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 doom, tak, 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 doom, tak, 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 doom, tak, tak. The syllables would be ta, ki, ta, ki, ta, ki, ta, ki, ta, double, tak, 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 so every second melodic stroke is in the same position like Malfuth, right? And of course now, if I double, I have much more components, and if I start to shake this around, speaking about structure and character of rhythm, how would it sound like? We have 4 times 3 and 2 times 2. So let's take the 2 as a like a pillar in the beginning and in the end. 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2. So I will play. You can play along if you want. Change. So do you see? It's all the same material, but you really get a different kind of flow, energy, and meaning of this rhythm. So that's fun, I hope, and yeah, it's hopeful. It's also inspiring. Maybe one more thing about. No, actually, we did this already. No, I would like to go a little bit further. So, what is also nice if you start to make a longer rhythm, or to combine, for example, the 2s in the end and the 2s in the beginning, or like the pillar thing. Let's say the 2 is, or the 3 is A, and the 2s are B, if we speak about form and structure. So this would be A, B, B, would be the first Wahda Kibira, dum, tak, 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 dum, tak, 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 tak. And another variation is B, A, B, would be the pillar structure. Doom, takt, 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 doom, doom, takt, 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 doom, doom. Or we have the 2 in the beginning. This would be B, B, A. Doom, doom, takt, 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 doom, doom. Yeah, and especially if you play the doom doom, the beginning, it gives a completely different drive. So if we go, and what I wanted to say, if you play this in a row, you get a very long phrase, or you don't play 4 4 4 4 and not 8 8 8 8. Actually, it's 8 plus 8 plus 8. We have 3 different positions of the parts of the numbers. So it's 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is 16, 17, 18, 19, 24. 24. I'm very bad in math. I'm only good in rhythmic math. So, and some minutes left. Write your questions down now. If you have questions, please ask now, because we have a little bit time shift in between. And don't forget to follow me on the Instagram and the Facebook, and let's get in touch. Yeah, please bring the links. Oh, that's fantastic. Lovely. You made some artwork today. Beautiful. That's fantastic. I will use the time to write something down. Especially, I need another sheet of paper. Great. Okay, we have some minutes left. Can you see me and the links? Yes, I think if you bring me back, I would just okay, that's great. So just to finish, I would like to think about the number 32. As you know, this is it's related to 4, 8, 16, 32. So, and now we can decide, for example, that we are talking about we have 1 times 5, 2 times 3, and 3 times 7. And this is what I want to say. Of course, you can also go to the higher numbers, which are, as we know, combined out of 2 and 3. And if you did the first exercise very well, and if you get used to understand the structures and to be more flexible with 2 and 3, the combination of 2 and 3, it will be easy for you, even in these long cycles, to replace or to play the numbers. For example, this could be 7 3 7 5 7 3. Here we have a structure. It's like alternating 7 3 7 5 7 3. So we have the 7 is always coming back, and we have the little number 3. We have a higher number 5, and we go back to, so we have this nice rhythmical structure. So how does that sound? Now, if I know that 7 can be 3 2 2, and 5 can be 2 3. The best thing is in the first step to stick to one rhythmical structure, but I hope I would play 7 takite takite will stay with. I think it's good for you to read along. So I make like an upbeat with 3 to make clear the big one is coming after this upbeat. 7 can also be 2, 2, 3. So what we also can say, let's play the 3 as a split hand thing with key, ta, key. For example, key, ta, key. This could be 3. The 7 is ta, key, ta. 3 is key, ta, key. And 5 is ta. So we find melodies and structures for each number. I will play it again. So each number gets a character and a fingering and a melody, and if you study this and if you train this, it will get more and more easy to play rhythm and to understand rhythm. And of course, here it's also nice to change the order of the numbers. I will write down some of them, and your homework, or hopefully your inspiration, is to play this. You can put the 7s together, 7, 7, 7, 5, 3, 3. So we start from the big number to the smaller number. Or whatever, I mean, try this out. And if you find very nice grooves, let me know. Change the melody, change the double time in specific groups. And I hope that this is inspiring for you. And it would be very lovely to have some feedback. Here's one question. Thomas Wenk is asking, is there a name for this long cycle? Now I have to think about, maybe you mean the 32, right? The 32 rhythm is not a traditional thing. This is like mathematics. There are beautiful rhythms which are in 32. Even more, there are rhythms up to 64 or 80 or whatever, crazy rhythms. A lot in Turkey, long traditional rhythm. But this one is really, it's like a math task. And this is fantastic. Actually, I did this very much when I came into the world of numbers and rhythm, and to make rhythm and music from numbers. This was really a new world, because you can walk across the street and maybe you see, maybe a number from a door. It's 32, and you start thinking 10, 10, 10, 2. Would be the home number, for example. Or you can, anywhere you will find numbers in all corners around, on the street and wherever. So if you think in 3 and 2 and to make music out of numbers, this is something very beautiful and inspiring. And as drummer or percussionist, it's fantastic to deal with numbers, to make music out of numbers. This is very easy, but you can turn it in something very complex, of course, as well, as you like. For me, this is a great inspiration. And of course, there's always a mystical or a second meaning of numbers. And that's interesting too. So, actually, I think this is what I wanted to share with you. I hope that you get some ideas, and which you should not forget. I was talking about the pulse, and the pulse who is not played but felt or sensed. So this is here the same. You don't need to play every group. There you could also not play one group, but to keep the structure. Maybe we do this as a final thing. I will take the rig for that. So I will play the first line here, and I will not play the three. No, I don't know, maybe it's, I will not play, I will see what I don't play. You will hear what I don't play. So I don't play the number 3. And so on. So you can write this, for example, like that. You keep the structure, but there are pauses which are as long as the number. Yeah. So yeah, if you have any feedback, let me know. I will watch a little bit. I think Andrea is the next one and is entering soon. Murat is maybe. Murat is.
Hey, Nora.
Yeah.
Thank you. You see, we are enthusiastic.
Very nice.
Following your groupings, your 3, 2, and everything.
Say hello to all the team.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. So, to all, I mean, you already have the YouTube links, I think, and everything written also in the chat. We wrote it in the chat, so you can contact or you can follow Nora. And also your online classes. I think still people can join, yes. And so thank you, Nora.
Thank you very much, Murat. We will see each other again later.
Later with our talk, we will talk about tradition, we will talk about modernity, also what does it mean to musicians, to way of playing, composing, and so on. So thank you, and we will see soon.
Thank you, Murat. See you later. Have fun with Andrea.
Yes. So we will have 5 minutes of break, and also for you, you can have a small break and do some necessary things, what you have to do or what you want to do. So we will meet